I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. I don't look 41 years old, but I am. And you know what? It sucks to be a grown-up sometimes. Life isn't a Sandals Resort commercial, is it? Life can throw you curveballs, and in fact, life has been known to throw a spitball along the way. But one of the good things about being all grown up is when you see the back-to-school specials on TV, you're not actually going back to school. You're just going back to betting on school. So let's start with TCU and Baylor on Friday night as the public continues to pound the Baylor Bears in this football game. I think Robert Griffin's a great quarterback. I think the Baylor Bears are going to be worth a look when they're underdogs in Big 12 play this year. But I don't think they're worth a look against TCU. TCU isn't a flash-in-the-pan program. TCU is the real deal. TCU have 10 starters back on the defensive side of the football. TCU have their starting running back. And don't worry about TCU's offensive line. And don't worry about their quarterback play. TCU is going to be just fine. I just hope people keep on betting on Baylor so I can get TCU and just lay 3 points. Now, the lines makers have done a great job so far in the college football season, as the final scores on Thursday night would indicate. That's why I think teasers are the way to go this weekend, and I will be teasing more than one football game. How can you not put the South Florida Bulls at plus 18 in your back pocket? Now, there's a lot of talk about the Heisman Trophy race, and you can still get your action in on the Heisman Trophy. It's Andrew Luck's trophy to lose, but you know what? I don't think Andrew Luck is going to win it, and at plus 250, there's absolutely no value at all. I do love the Michigan Wolverines to destroy Western Michigan on Saturday, but I don't think Denard Robinson's worth a look at 6-1. I think Landry Jones and the Oklahoma Sooners, the number one ranked team in the nation. I like Oklahoma and Tulsa to go over the number on Saturday, and I also like Landry Jones to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, I would say Trent Richardson out of Alabama is going to win. How good is Trent Richardson, if you don't know? Trent Richardson rushed for over 1,400 yards last year with Alabama as a backup to Mark Ingram, who won the Heisman Trophy. I think Trent Richardson legitimately could win a Heisman Trophy, and I wouldn't be shocked if Trent Richardson actually rushes for 2,000 yards. That's right, 2,000 yards in the SEC. I think he's that good, and the fact that Alabama have a new quarterback and A.J. McCarron put in place, I think Nick Saban, knowing how good his defense is, and Alabama, to me, is the team to beat. I think Alabama is going to be the best team in college football. I think they're good enough to offset a new quarterback, and I think that the defense will be able to carry the load while McCarron gets acclimated to regular SEC play. But I think that Trent Richardson legitimately could win. But the fact that Mark Ingram won last year at Alabama, I'm not so sure the media is going to award back-to-back Heismans to the same school. That's why I think Landry Jones is worth the look. And I think Oklahoma could play the national championship game. But, if ends and buts were candies and nuts and shoulda, coulda, woulda, I'm not really sure Oklahoma actually have what it takes to get it done and win the big game. Now, Texas A&M and SMU take center stage on Sunday. Spread is just a little bit too high for my liking as far as the Texas A&M Aggies are concerned. But I look at the total of this football game, and you know that June Jones and you know that Kyle Padron and the SMU Mustangs are going to be able to move the ball this year. They are really acclimated right now to June Jones's system. Texas A&M are a good football team. I'm not so sure they're as good as everybody you're saying they're going to be, but their defense has holes in it. I think SMU is going to be able to put some points on the board. Meanwhile, Texas A&M are going to have their way against SMU's defense. Wouldn't be shocked to see SMU cover the point spread in this game, but I would be shocked if this game doesn't go over the number. I really like the over in this game. Now, as long as we're here, let's talk a little bit about the NFL. Before we do next week's video, Green Bay will play New Orleans. And if you're in the area, go see Kyle Turley. He's going to be tearing it apart in the parking lot of Lambeau. Wicked stuff. And everyone's in love with the Packers. I like the Packers a lot this year, but I'm going to be taking the New Orleans Saints. At least as of this taping right now, I'll be taking the New Orleans Saints plus the points, and I can't wait to the start of the National Football League season as well. Let's wrap it up with a similar situation as the Heisman. Now, it's no secret, and I've been saying this for years. If you're going to be betting on a beauty pageant, you better be putting money on Miss Venezuela. Otherwise, you're just throwing your money away. The problem is, Miss Venezuela, they always win. And, they better win. I don't know if you understand. After baseball, it's beauty pageants in Venezuela, people, all right? You're expected to place, show and win, but they can't always win. Now, Miss Universe is taking place in Brazil. Everything's taking place in Brazil. And what happened when the UFC was in Brazil? The Brazilians won. Can they really give it to Miss Brazil at 25-1? I think it's definitely worth a look. I don't know why. It just sort of came to me. I'm going to go with Miss Portugal, 75-1. Obrigado. Miss Portugal at 75-1. And with the Arab Spring, I was thinking about, maybe the New World Order want to prop up Iraq or something like that, and Miss Iraq would win, but there is no Miss Iraq. There is a Miss Egypt. So, hey, you know what? That's our political play of the week. Miss Egypt, and we'll take Miss Brazil. We'll also take a shot with Miss Portugal. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. May the winners and the beauty pageant contestants be yours.